Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for supporting my analysis. If you have been keen enough, you will realize that Kenya Kwanza team shelved Mount Kenya campaigns after that poorly attended nominations in Mount Kenya. And I was very keen with my words saying it was poorly attended. The last time that William Ruto was in Mount Kenya, that was the first week of April and the last week of March, and he attended a church service or an event, and it was hosted there by Ndindi Nyoro. I think it was the 26th of March, and that is where Ndindi Nyoro was being touted as William Ruto's running mate. I remember Rigathi Gachagua coming out publicly to announce to mention that. Then he also had another rally in Gatundu, Kiambu, where he was being hosted by Moses Kuria, and that rally did not meet its threshold because Moses Kuria used that opportunity to attack the president and mention about the attack on Raila Odinga. So that was the last time that William Ruto was in Mount Kenya. After that, he gave it a wide berth. He gave that place a wide berth, and then UDA held the nominations. Now, after the nominations, William Ruto sneaked again to Nyeri, where he attended a burial ceremony of mother-in-law to Kimani Ichung'wah. Now, this is the photo. This is the last time William Ruto was there. And in that event, they actually attended the burial ceremony. And after that burial ceremony, unlike many other areas, many other times when he toured the region, they did not even have a roadside rally, even a stopover. In fact, it was from the flight from that place back to Karen. And of course, I was so keen on this because you have to realize that William Ruto's 2022 presidential ambition is anchored on Kalenjin community and Kikuyu community. And in terms of figures, they mentioned that William Ruto needs 80% from Mount Kenya, and then with a big turnout from that place, especially the Rift Valley region. So that is a very critical space for him. Even though I also analyzed that you will also be keen that even Raila was away from Mount Kenya for 2 months. What is in for them? You can question for Raila, but for William Ruto, there is a big stake in that region. And technically, he is avoiding Mount Kenya. Why am I saying? Last week, not even last week, the week Mwai Kibaki passed on, the very week on Friday, William Ruto was in Vihiga and Kakamega and Bungoma counties in what is understood to be economic blocks conferences. Then when Mwai Kibaki passed on, they took a break, and when they were back, they are again in Western. So they were part of Kisii yesterday. Today they were in Busia. So this is here, and he has gone to Western back to back 2 weeks without making a tour. And according to, and I think I also saw another report that was mentioning that after Western, they're likely to go to Coast, and then maybe after that they will go to Central Kenya. Now let me just joggle your mind a bit. After on Monday, when Uhuru Kenyatta, I think it was on Sunday, when Uhuru Kenyatta was leading the Labor Day celebrations, there was that outburst against Deputy President. Now, many times, what the Deputy presidential campaign handlers will always do is when the president speaks and they want to respond, they crash the program, go to Central Kenya, marshal that team so that that team can respond to President Uhuru Kenyatta in the rallies. But this time round, they responded through Facebook, and then they were responding from the other parts of the country. Especially the Mount Kenya politicians resorted to respond through their social media pages. Now, in this video, I want us to look at, I want us to delve deep in, give it in finer details, why Ruto has slowed down Mount Kenya campaigns, especially after the UDA Nominations. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video and have not yet subscribed, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and you can also give us your feedback. Why do you think he's shunning Mount Kenya? Is he finding it difficult to campaign there, or is it something tactical, or there is nothing for him in Mount Kenya? a very bold question. Now, are you staying in the areas of Nairobi and its environs, that is Kitengela, Machakos, Kiambu, or even putting up a house in the upcountry in places where you experience blackouts, the areas of Lavington, Kiambu, Kirunda, and Karen? Then you need a power backup solution. Now, I want you to reach out to Instalight Company. They have amazing packages that can suit your need, all the way from 125,000 to 195,000. Very important, by the way, I've just realized that it is the only company in Kenya that can integrate your water heating system with the solar power, and through that you can minimize your electricity bill to nearly zero. What an amazing opportunity. Can you talk to Gidiomi? His number is 0722 818 883, 0722 818 883, and please make it clear that you've received it from Kevin Oduor. Maybe through that you can find some amazing discounts there. So let's get in and sink in this analysis. Why is William Ruto not going there? Number one, Uhuru Kenyatta clash with William Ruto is crushing UDA aspirants. And William Ruto's tour in central Kenya provides a stage for the aspirants who, in my own understanding, are not popular and just want to chase the national clout, the likes of Moses Kuria, to try to upstage William Ruto, to try to upstage President Uhuru Kenyatta, and with that, they launch their campaigns. One person that is perfectly using this is Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria's attacks and criticism on President Uhuru Kenyatta is what I can describe as going against the king so that you can become popular. Just a good example, if you want to get the attention of the voters, in fact it's just seeking attention strategy. So the way this works for the politicians around the president, the big shots around, not around the president, around William Ruto. That is Moses Kuria, Kimani Chungwa, Ndindi Nyoro, Rigathi Gachagua. Let's also mention Alice Wahome, Anne Waiguru, Susan Kihika. But to the aspirants that are coming up new, especially even the MCA aspirants, you know, a ward is a very small space. You cannot be in a ward and you want to post the president at that level, because you will realize that it's a bit hostile for them. So what's happening? William Ruto has realized that when he goes to central Kenya, the politicians around there, the narrative is not selling the manifesto of William Ruto, but their manifesto is attacking President Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, that attacking strategy, it seems not working. And now they are feeling afraid, and that is why they're not really pushing to welcome Deputy President William Ruto in those areas. The loss by Ketu Aruguru and Isaac Mwaura, who are staunch critics of William Ruto, of Uhuru Kenyatta, is really a red flag. But can we also argue that William Ruto has reverted to Project Western Kenya because the numbers at the top of the mountain are staggering? When I did my analysis here on the exact numbers, I can surely tell you that William Ruto enjoys a big following in Mount Kenya. There are two questions. One is that voting demographic. They are youth. They are very doubtful whether they are turning up to vote. Number two, they are not, this time round there is no emotive factor that is going to drive them to the polling station. The strings, there is no much of that big attraction. That is number two. Number three is that they did not turn up. In fact, for lack of a better word, they unattended, or they attended poorly the UDA nominations. Now, the fact is they did not interact well with the UDA nominations. Now, these three aspects may be throwing Deputy President's campaign strategies to the drawing board, that they don't need to depend much on the Mount Kenya. And if this is what is happening, then that will be the best advice that William Ruto should pick, because the Mount Kenya voters might turn out to be 60%. A 60% turnout, because the deep state can also frustrate that turnout. A 60% turnout, and this 60% turnout, you are also trying to jostle for that vote with Raila Odinga. He might be saying that, look here, I need to look western and the coast, and that is also playing out. But there is also the issue of campaign financing. William Ruto's currency, or rather the mode of interaction with the Mount Kenya voters, has been money. Remember when he got entrance, the empowerment programs, so he was giving the wheelbarrows and all that. And in fact, you'll be told, I know a politician who, a good friend of mine who was seeking an MCA seat there, who was telling me that Mount Kenya campaigns are very expensive for the UDA team, even an MCA UDA aspirant, because whenever you go somewhere and you're talking UDA, people see money. So people don't even know, people don't talk about the manifesto, because what has been coined the hustlers is you want to empower them. So there is the issue of money. There could also be a likelihood that William Ruto is becoming economical with the finances, or the finances are a little bit going down, and so he's slowing down on that campaign because it is ridiculously a bit expensive. And you see, when Uhuru talked about the churches, and the churches were the entry point, I also have a feeling that the deep state might be frustrating Ruto's efforts in Mount Kenya, and one of the ways is blocking entry points. The entry points, one was the churches. Some of these churches, I think, are now getting instruction from the deep state, and that is why the big churches are not so welcoming to Deputy President. So you will maybe use the Roho Msalaba and the Roho Malere churches, or other small churches, but the big churches are now maybe blocking his entry point there. The other entry point was development projects. So the development projects are mostly carried out by the members of parliament and the members of parliament and the governors. So these governors, they could also, and these MPs, maybe I also have a perception that with the parliament almost now closing, they have gone to the electoral, they have really gone to the election mode, and they're not really paying attention to some of those projects. In fact, the ones that have already got the party tickets are now feeling pretty comfortable, that planning on how they're going to deliver in the second term. Now, with that going down and finances, it is really most likely possible that William Ruto is finding it difficult to campaign in central Kenya. But lastly, there is the issue of hostility by agreed aspirants who, one, lost in the nominations, two, were rigged out. There are two. There is someone who, one was rigged out, and the other one who lost. He's been trying to manage these fallouts by integrated county management forums, where Kirinyaga was being coordinated by Anne Waiguru. Today, the 6th of May, there was also another meeting of aspirants in Nyeri that was led by Senate aspirant Wamatinga, and Muranga team also held their meeting on Wednesday. So this could be part of just ways to try to quell the hostility, to prepare the ground so that when he goes to Mount Kenya again, he can find the campaigns can be a little bit smoother. So ladies and gentlemen, that's my analysis. And do you also agree that Ruto is avoiding Mount Kenya?